on, folks? Today is Friday, January 13th, 2023. As usual, my name is Jake. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Woo! As usual, it's me, Jake, here to talk about the gaming news and stuff that has been going on this week. So let's just jump right in. The first bit of news comes from Ubisoft. There's actually a lot of Ubisoft news to talk about, but the first thing is a little bit more about Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the seemingly 2023 upcoming Assassin's Creed spin-off game featuring Basim from Valhalla. And Games Radar did an interview with the creative director who reiterated specifically that this world is going to be smaller. The game as a whole is going to be smaller, more scaled down. We kind of knew that already, but to hear it from the horse's mouth is good. They cited specifically the feedback from the previous massive games, of course, but also specifically those fans who want that older style of game, the focus on a more linear storytelling, and tight focused assassinations. I am one of those fans, so I'm biased. I hear that and I'm like, yum, yum, yum. Apparently, it is directly shaped by fans who are burnt out on the massive RPG Assassin's Creed games. So I'm looking forward to that. Granted, we still have to see something from this game. Talk is one thing. I need to actually see something or play something. But I've heard enough things now that I like, so I'm going to keep paying attention. I also pay attention to all this stuff here to keep you guys informed, of course. So all this will be linked in the description down below. But the rest of the stuff with Ubisoft, oh boy, it's a lot. Ubisoft apparently pretty significantly did not hit its financial targets for the year, citing the economic conditions and poor performance of the new Mario Rabbids and Just Dance, which you'd think would be surefire hits for them because Mario Rabbids is apparently really good. It's also a Nintendo property, and then Just Dance, I feel like people just buy those. But apparently that, just general poor performance and all that has caused troubles for them, leading to them seemingly making some drastic changes. They have now officially canceled 3 unannounced games. So games that I guess were rumored or just games we've never even heard of at all. They internally have been canceled. This now chalks up to about 7 games that Ubisoft has canceled in recent times. As you probably know, Ghost Recon Frontline and then that VR Splinter Cell had been canceled. So there's only so much we know about, but that's a lot of work down the drain, or potentially cool games that now we're not going to see. Oh, and then along with that, just to the cherry on top, Skull and Bones has been delayed again, which is obviously very unfortunate for all the people working on it. I'm sure at this point they want that out the door. I just want another pirate game, and I've been waiting a really long time. Everybody makes fun of me that I was hoping that this game would be good, but I just like the Assassin's Creed pirate games. I don't have my hopes up that much. Right now, it had a release date, and now it is just kind of delayed with no release date in sight. So as of right now, it seems like that's going back on the pile of other games that ended up like that, like the Prince of Persia remake, which kind of was just delayed, but we're not going to hear about anything from it anytime soon. That, along with reports of an internal memo or an email sent to employees of Ubisoft by the CEO, Yves Guillemot, saying that the next year is going to be troublesome times and that everybody's going to need to work hard and really get them out of this rut, which I get. Teamwork, there's no I in team. We got all but also I feel like a lot of this stuff comes down to leadership decisions, choices that higher ups have made with this stuff. I think at this point something's really got to give with Ubisoft, but for now, that's where it's at. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Oh, and in other news, something to possibly look forward to. Insider Gaming is reporting, now this is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but they are reporting that the PlayStation 5 big update, the 7.0 update that we now know is coming March 8th of this year, is apparently going to have that full Discord integration within it. As you know, PlayStation had announced last year, I believe, that they would be working with Discord on integration. So now it seems like if this is true, we're going to be seeing that, which is pretty cool. Discord is a pretty good platform for gaming communication, in my humble opinion. And that's going to be the big thing of the 7.0 release, but also possibly streaming games like PlayStation 5 games to your PlayStation 5, which might be good for some people with really good internet and not a lot of storage left on their hard drive. I probably won't use it much because my internet is terrible, but that's just me. That's where that is at. If you want to read up on it, of course, everything going to be linked down in the description. Now, in other news, it does seem like we're finally going to be getting some substantial Xbox news. Now, I say that as somebody who plays on all the platforms, and I'm just looking for more to talk about. It seems like we're getting info about some Xbox games, specifically with a kind of Nintendo Direct style presentation. This is called a Developer Direct, specifically from Xbox, and it's going to be January 25th. They said that it's going to be news and updates on announced games, so I don't think we're going to see any new game announcements from this, but I mean, keep in mind, Xbox has announced a lot of games that we haven't seen or heard from in a while. So it could be Forza stuff. They did specifically mention Forza, but I'm still just hoping that we see something from like Avowed or Fable. But Xbox in recent months has been talking up saying, 2023 is going to be the year, like people have been waiting for a lot of those big headline releases. Is this really going to be the year? Is this going to be the start of it? Because it is only January, but I mean, hey, that'll be good. They also mentioned that Starfield will not be in this event. They're going to have a specific breakdown event just for that game. So I guess keep your eyes peeled for that. Next up, some things I wanted to link in the description down below, just some quick bites, if you will. The first is the Dead Space Remake. If you buy that on PC, it's apparently going to come bundled with Dead Space 2 for Steam for free, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that, so that's nice. Dead Space 2 is very good. Hey, next up, this episode's sponsored by Manscaped. Now, men's grooming can be serious business. You're exploring the unknown depths, so take it seriously. Manscaped sent me the Performance Package 4.0 with their main, the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer. The electric waterproof trimmer with advanced skin-safe technology and a cool little light so you can see what you're doing and avoid any collateral damage when you're trimming your sensitive regions. They have a lot of great products for every need, so it's worth clicking around. So head to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free international shipping and 2 free gifts when you use the code gameranx at checkout. Click that link in the description, get yourself cleaned up, and big thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Also worth pointing out, a fellow YouTuber, Dunkey, has a publishing company, we talked about that a few months ago, called BIGMODE. They're going to be publishing video games. They announced their first game that they're publishing. It's Animal Well. This is a game that we've previously kind of known about, but now it has the backing of BIGMODE, and I'm excited to just see where this goes and how this works out for them. It's going to be available on Steam and PS5, so check that out. Also, if you're looking for something to read, I linked an interview with Games Radar specifically about Redfall. A bunch of new info about Redfall, which we haven't heard too much of in recent weeks. So if you're scrounging for some Arcane Studios news, there's definitely some tidbits in there if you're looking for something to read. Specifically, why it caught my eye is that the headline reads, Redfall isn't Arcane's Left 4 Dead. It's actually the studio's spin on Far Cry. It's interesting. Also, worth noting, but the head behind the studio who makes the Mech Warrior games has said that they are making a new standalone Mech Warrior game, the follow-up to Mech Warrior 5. This is going to be more of a single-player focused experience, and it's not really like a formal thing yet. We're apparently going to get an official announcement and more news later in 2023. My knowledge in that series is limited. I played the original one on a busted computer back in the day, and then I'm more into like Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf, so just make another one of those. Also, in terms of trailers, the Piece Odyssey is dropping today, so we've got the launch trailer for that for our anime friends out there. Also, a new small little look at Hogwarts Legacy, specifically with Simon Pegg being in the game, playing the headmaster. Hot Fuzz is one of the greatest movies ever made, so that's nice. Just wanted to share that. Also, a bit more news has dropped about Geforce now upgrading itself a bit. Specifically, support for way more different controller types and more Steam Deck support, better compatibility, which makes me happy as a Steam Deck head. So I'll link that whole breakdown down there. It's interesting also because they also just recently had been talking about the GeForce Now higher end tier where you can stream at 240 frames per second. I would love to meet the person that has the bandwidth and the internet for that. But yeah, I feel like the theme this whole episode is me complaining about internet service providers. Yes. They're terrible. Pay so much money for like nothing. Also, in other news, an interview, I guess, around the Last of Us TV show, Neil Druckmann talked a little bit about Naughty Dog's next game, specifically only just saying that they're going to announce it when it's closer to release, which I think all video game companies should do at this point. I love when a game is announced and then, like, a couple of months later, it just drops. Like, remember Fallout 4? It was rumored and teased forever, but they announced it in the summer, came out in the fall, bing, bong, boom. I like having game releases to look forward to think about down the line, but also my memory is only so good. Personally, I didn't really need to hear about the next Elder Scrolls game 10 years before it comes out. I didn't need the official confirmation, but that's where that's at. Just wanted to point out that little tidbit. Next up, there was a leaked Sony game that was circulating earlier this week, kind of like last weekend, that I can't really show. I don't want to get like copyright claimed or sued or anything, but there's leaked footage floating around of a very work in progress, unfinished, big new Sony game, like a sci-fi action shooter game, which led to a lot of people wondering, like, what the hell is this and who is working on it? Apparently it is from XDev. This is like a support studio that usually provides support to other first-party Sony games, but There's also a rumor going around, a bunch of people trying to put clues together, thinking that maybe it's People Can Fly working on this game, the people behind stuff like Bulletstorm and more recently Outriders. But if you like going deep down those rabbit holes and finding those leaks, more power to you. There's some interesting stuff there. But in other news, worth pointing out, it seems like we're getting yet another big AAA open world game from a new studio. This studio specifically is called Maverick, and it's formed from some of the founders of Playground Games. A couple of them have branched off to form this studio with a couple of other industry veterans, and that's all we really know right now, other than the fact that they did say specifically it's going to be a premium AAA open world style game, which still could mean literally anything. They could just be making more racing games that are open world. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what does go down. In all seriousness, in their statement, they did say that they just wanted to take risks and do weird stuff and try new stuff. So if they can shake up that open world formula, more power to them. But that's all the news we got this week. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you expect from that Xbox developer showcase type thing? Are you hoping to see more from a Bethesda game? Are you hoping to see more from one of their other studios? Let's talk. Also, in terms of the rumor of the next PlayStation update having that Discord support, are you going to be using Discord on your PS5 or what have you? Let me know. Also, what do you think Ubisoft has to do to right the ship? As an armchair person like me, what do you think they really got to do to shape up, to fix things, you know? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. We'll be down there as much as possible. Things get a little crazy, like I always say. So if you want to yell at me directly, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino and my other YouTube channel. But that's it. Thank you guys for being here. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy your Friday the 13th. I say Friday, like we say Friday the 13th like it's spooky, but there's not really anything scary about it anymore.
No, not really.
Regardless, have fun, be safe, enjoy your weekend. There will be a pinned comment. It might be like a sponsor link comment, but in that thread, let us know what you're playing this weekend for our research. That's it. I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Pizza's on me.